So, welcome everyone. Today's session is on the breath. We'll focus on the breath, and the reason for that is the breath is our life. Breathing is about living, and as usual, towards the end, I will read poetry. So, let's begin now. So, coming to sit, getting into a comfortable sitting position, can be on a chair or a mat, whichever that works for you. Feet can be on the ground, or you may sit cross legged, and then hands on the lap or on the table, whichever that works for you. So closing your eyes, or just keeping them open, or lowering your gaze, and taking a moment, allowing the mind to settle down. The mind may be very busy, thinking about work or lunch or some errand to be run. So, in this hour, just giving ourselves the space to just be, a space between having to rush to one activity and to another activity. Instead, just allowing ourselves to just sit and to be with our breath. So, allowing yourself sinking into the body, feeling the weight of the body as it sits on the chair, or on the mat, and feeling the support of your seat, allowing yourself to feel grounded, anchored in the midst of all this busyness. Just taking the opportunity now to just feel your seat, feel what it is like to sit, sensing your posture as best as you can, sitting upright, allowing the easy flow of your breath. Just feeling the support on your lower back as it sits on the chair or the mat. Feeling the gravity of the body. And as you're noticing sitting here, guiding your mind, your attention to the breath, connecting with the breath as you take an inhale, then an exhale, perhaps taking a deep breath in and a long exhale out. One nice, beautiful breath. Inhale, exhale. Marking the start of the practice, focusing on the breath. And now just breathing in your normal pace. At each in breath, noticing the sensations around the nostril area, perhaps. Noticing how the body expands as you take an in breath in and a breath out. Noticing the pauses between the in breath and the out breath. Whenever the mind wanders, which is very normal, we just have to guide it back to the breath as best as you can. Just breathing in your normal pace. And if for some reason the breath is uncomfortable for you, maybe if you have some sinus or cold, just, just taking it slowly, no need to rush. Just dipping your toe, so to speak. Just as best as you can, just watching the breath. The mind may be thinking, judging, planning. All we have to do is just guide the mind back to the breath, allowing the breath to keep us anchored. As we are sitting here and noticing and connecting with the breath, we are opening ourselves to life, opening up ourselves to living. To breathe is to live. Feeling the joy of breathing. Sensing how it keeps us alive. And how it can help us calm us down in the most difficult moments, simply by just focusing on the breath. And as we are breathing, just noticing the chest area, softening the chest area as best as we can. Inviting a sense of openness. Softening and opening up to life. And if at any point you're feeling a bit uncomfortable, you may shift your posture slightly, if that's helpful. Just noticing as we're shifting the posture, being aware and mindful of our actions, our movements, as best as we can, maintaining a sense of steadiness, even in moving. And if the mind is pulling you in a different direction, maybe wanting to get you to think about work or family or school, just saying thank you. Thank you very much. Let me come back to the breath. Or maybe the mind is suggesting that you should check the time or get up and do something. Just saying thank you. I can do that later. As we are connecting with the breath, just noticing the weights of the body as well, using that, the body and the breath to anchor us. And if we are sitting here, there may be a mix of emotions arising or sensations, like the mind drifting or feeling a sense of drowsiness, heavy feeling perhaps, or even just calm. All we have to do is just acknowledge that and just let that be and come back to the breath. Not needing to rush, not needing to fix anything. All we have to do is just breathe and observe the sensations of breathing. If it helps to stay awake, we can count in breath 1, in breath Out breath 1, in breath 2, out breath 2, in breath 3, out breath 3. Allowing the mind to follow the pace of the breath. As long as the mind wanders, just keep coming back to the breath. Just this breath, and only this breath. And all we need is the breath to keep us alive. To breathe is to live. To appreciate the breath is to appreciate life. Now read you this poetry by David Whyte, Whyte. The title of the poetry is Enough. Just staying in our posture, Keeping the eyes closed. Enough. These few words are enough. If not these words, this breath. If not this breath, this sitting here, this opening to life, we have refused again and again until now, until now. Just still staying in this practice, allowing the words to sink in. If not these words, this breath. If not this breath, this sitting here, this opening to life. And so now in the last few moments, taking your time when you're ready, opening the eyes, taking a deep breath in and a long exhale, closing out practice, opening our eyes and shifting our posture if that's what we need right now, and bringing this sense of peace, hopefully, to the next few moments of your day. And that's the end of today's practice. If you have any questions, feel free to stay back, or you can just drop me an email or a message. And thank you so much for your time. To see you